feel good.
What you know about? What you know about? What you know about? What you know
Ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all have been waiting all night for these games right here because we have some good ones today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is DJ TJ. I'm a Rocket League player for the University of Georgia, and I'm also a member of the Southeastern League in terms of a player. But today, we're casting. We're not playing. But I still have some great content lined up for y'all today, as we have Georgia State versus Auburn at 9 p.m. And just to give everyone an idea of exactly what the league is looking like, this right here is Pool 3. And here's what's at stake. Georgia State sitting in 4th place with the opportunity to, don't mind me, I'm just checking that. But with the opportunity to ideally end up making the playoffs. But in order to do that, they not only need to beat Auburn tonight, but they also need to beat Cumberland, a team that was projected to not only win this pool, but to place top 4 in this entire thing. So some tough opponents tonight, but at the same time, we're going to get some extremely good games. So hopefully chat is just as excited as I am. For those of you who've been following the Southeastern League, you know this is one of the biggest collegiate organized leagues in the entire nation. There's so much talent here. I mean, especially in this pool. Looking at the top 4 here, interchangeably, any of these teams can be top 2. The only team I feel like that is really, truly proven that they deserve to take this entire thing is Cumberland. With Aura, Skyline, and Magic, all incredibly solid players who arguably play at a B+ level. Looking at Auburn, Auburn's roster has gone through some changes, but you still have some good contenders there. You have Vroco and Bro Turkey, who are both LAN experienced players. They have been on this Auburn team for a full year at least now. I know Vroco has. I believe Turkey's been there longer. But the point is that these guys have experience, and though Hums is a rookie, this Auburn team has gone 4-0. I take that back. They've gone 4-1, taking a loss to Alabama, but they have handled every other series just fine. So let me actually refresh the bracket here to see if it updates. Because with that loss that Auburn suffered, things may actually get really interesting. Meaning that if Georgia State beats Auburn and then loses to Cumberland, and then if Alabama loses their next 2 games, Georgia State actually could make the playoffs. But granted, these 2 teams is UAB and Baylor, and they're not exactly the highest when it comes to the table. So I don't exactly see if they're going to be able to, like Alabama's in a really good spot here, but it may come down to game count. I mean, if you're looking at this from an Auburn perspective, you need to win one of your next 2 games. You need to finish this season at least. Actually, no, they need to win out, and I think about it. So Auburn needs to win out to prevent Alabama from getting in the playoffs. Georgia State needs to beat Cumberland and Auburn to even have a chance of getting to the playoffs. And if Cumberland drops a singular game, they're going to be okay. Especially if it's a Georgia State, then they'll be okay. But if they drop another game, then things might get interesting. But Auburn Esports in the chat, obviously very excited. Hopefully this game is starting soon. I am checking back and forth to make sure. But tonight's going to be a lot of fun. Tonight's going to be great. This Georgia State team, brand new. All 3 players on the roster are brand new to Georgia State. Some of them may have been there already, but I do know that all 3 of them have not played for Georgia State before. So who knows what's going to happen? Things are going to get very interesting very quick here, and we're just waiting for games to start now. So hopefully all of y'all are having an amazing night. It's been a very busy week for me personally, but I'm glad that I get to cast a little bit of Rocket League to make things better. So this should be great. This should be awesome. Auburn, I'm not exactly sure who I want to win. I really like both teams, and I like all the players on both teams as well. Which I know you probably don't want to hear that, but who knows? It may be close. I'm hoping we get a Game 5. I'm really hoping that we do, because last time we casted Georgia State, I believe it was back-to-back sweeps. Actually, no, I take that back. It was a game 4 and then a game 3, but both Georgia State wins. So we shall see. We shall see. Understandable. Yeah. I was about to say, what job would I be doing if I didn't stay neutral? As I'm sitting here with the UGA logo right there. But yeah. So we're still waiting. I'm still checking to make sure they're not going in yet. But this will be fun. This will be good. Looks like Georgia State and Auburn have officially checked in. So we actually should see games starting really soon, I hope. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Bepic, what's going on? SEL stream, baby. We out here. Let's go. Hi, Mom. Love you. Welcome to chat. Look at the Auburn fandom pouring in. All to watch their boys. Bepic, who do you have winning this? Who's your go-to team here? Obviously, it's probably gonna be Auburn, but I want to hear your full opinion. Tuning in between series, dude. I had to pick these up. Bepic, have you seen what this looks like? I had to pick these up. These games are too good. I had to do it. But this is gonna be fun. Pool 3 is wild. Pool 3 is extremely wild. And it's probably gonna be decided tonight, honestly. But God, I don't know. It's gonna be good. Everybody grab your popcorn because things are about to get cooking. As I believe the Georgia State roster actually is now about to join, so I think we're all set. I hope so, at least. We should be all set. But we are about to wait and see. Probably getting a little extra warm-up in. But both teams are checked in, so it looks like they're ready to go. Oh, we are ready to go, ladies and gentlemen! Officially, it is time. It is that time for Georgia State versus Auburn. I'm not sure what week of SEL this is. I believe it is week 4. I could be very wrong, but I'm going to put that in, and we're just going to see what happens. Obviously, a lot of brotherly love going on between all these teams, including myself included. I personally know about the entire lobby, so I have a lot of personal ties to both teams here. And honestly, again, I'm not sure who I want to win this. Is it SEL week 3 or 4? Does anyone know? I believe it's week 3, so we're just gonna go with that. As actually, I think the teams are in. They are in, and ladies and gentlemen, the game that could possibly decide the playoff fate of Pool 3, here we go. Shady, Froco on the kickoff. And even 50 is going to go in the favor of Georgia State. We'll see Hums, the rookie, go to the backboard, but Buddy RV's waiting on it. He's going to get a dribble with plenty of boost and room. Here comes Froco. Buddy RV over 1. Bro Turkey challenge right over Buddy RV. Here comes Froco with a chance. Can't get it. Monk's going to try and pass out, but can't. Hums is going to try and intercept, but also can't. We'll see Monk rush, get a touch over 1. Shady, shot, can't get it. We'll see Buddy RV's last man push up. He's going to get off the wall to a teammate, but a teammate's not there. We'll see Hums try and force it out. Buddy RV gets a demo. Might have opened up the attacking opportunity, but we'll see Bro Turkey take a bang downfield. Shady with a read, but it's going to go right to Hums. Monk's going to try and touch it, but can't. Actually does get a slightly awkward touch. We'll see here. Shady, the air dribble maestro, flip reset maestro, whatever you want to call him, the mechanical wonder kid himself. Trying to get a chance with the ball, but can't. We'll see Monk try and tap to a teammate, but it's going to go right to the Auburn half. We'll see Hums. Hums the Vroco. Vroco not ready for it, though. It's going to be a dribble for Shady. Shady over Vroco. Turkey, last line defense. Awkward touch. He's going to get to the side. Shady to Monk. Double commit from Georgia State, and no one touches it. We'll see Vroco trying to lead the counterattack for Auburn. Buddy RV, one touch, maybe for a teammate. A demo comes out. Shady, 50. Hums does win it, but unfortunately cannot get past his Georgia State side. Turkey, though, pass down to Vroco. Vroco on net. It's going corner, but Buddy RV with a save. Auburn with the first real chance of this entire game. And unfortunately, it is saved. Here comes Shady on the counterattack, though, dribbling it all the way downfield and getting the bump. We'll see Vroco. Vroco to Hums. Hums to the wall. Hums double touch. Doesn't fall. See Buddy RV go to corner, try and get it back to himself. Shady trying to position. Buddy RV low boost, has to put one corner. Turkey last line defense, but a pretty easy save. We'll see Shady with a big read. Flip. Trying to go over 1. Hums with a good 50, though. Gonna leave it for Vroco. Vroco over 1. Hums. Hums to net. Buddy RV by himself. Light touch on backboard. Here comes Turkey. 50 does not go in the favor of Auburn. Turkey's going to try and stay on here, but he's got low boost. Turkey Flick, can't get past one. We'll see Shady to Vroco. Vroco with the double touch. Over two. Doesn't go in the net. We'll see Hums try and put one back on here. Awkward touch, though. Can't get one. Monk trying to get over one, but Turkey with a good fake here. We'll see Shady also get beat. Turkey with an opportunity. Going to try and get to a teammate, but does not get there. We'll see Hums try and come in. Hums, shot on net. Almost goes corner, but comes down. And an open net for Georgia State. Now on the counterattack, Buddy RV is going to slot it bottom right. Auburn with 3 shots in a row that all arguably could have gone in, but none fall. As Georgia State takes the first goal of the series almost to the halfway point. Let's see what Auburn can do, though. Bro Turkey trying to lead the way, or Vroco actually on the kickoff. We're going to see possession to Georgia State, though. Buddy RV trying to pass, but can't. We'll see Shady opt to elect for the pre-jump. See Hums trying to get a pass, but nothing falls. Monk calling Shady off, trying to get a pass. Shady shot on, 50. Here comes Monk, shot on net. Turkey awkward, Monk's going to put it top net. Shady with a huge dunk, and I thought Buddy RV was going to be the one to slide in here, but Monk was ready for it. To all 15 viewers, welcome. How many Auburn fans we got in chat? How many Georgia State fans we got in chat? Let's see Shady try and push it. We'll see Georgia State and keep the momentum going. We'll see Hums try and get past one. Does, but a little awkward. Monk with a huge bump, but Hums going to stay on. Can't flick over Buddy RV, though. We'll see Buddy RV is going to put one center, but it's going to be right to Bro Turkey. He tries to pass the Vroco, but can't. We'll see Shady try and get a shot on. Hums is going to be the one to take it. Bro Turkey leaving it for him. Hums, air dribble. 50 from Monk to Shady. Monk won again. Georgia State roster has plenty of possession, but Buddy RV unfortunately gives it away here. We'll see Bro Turkey opportunity. Tries to get a 50, but it goes in the favor of Georgia State. Bro Turkey trying to get a demo, but can't. Hums trying to get a shot on and can't. And as we've just passed the 2-minute mark, Auburn's got to start getting something going. We'll see Shady get a dunk to Buddy RV, who's going to get possession here. Buddy RV, flick middle, over one. Bro Turkey, counterattack for Auburn, but Shady's already up, ready to block it. Shady, over one. Open net again for Georgia State, but Bro Turkey's already there. Bro Turkey, over one. Vroco, touch up. Bro Turkey demo, but Monk is still there back. We'll see Shady try and get a touch. Can't get one forward. It's going to go to Bro Turkey. Bro Turkey, awkward vertical aerial. The double commit from Georgia State, or just a weird rotation there from Shady, but works either way. Shady with a fake. Bro Turkey dunk. Vroco and Hums both there, but neither can get the shot. We'll see Vroco try and go back to himself here. Vroco up wall. Buddy RV with a touch to a teammate. Shady over one. Bro Turkey by himself. A Monk shot is not connecting. We'll see Vroco. Put one forward. A demo. If Hums can get to this, it's an open net, but he can't. We'll see him touch off backboard. Bro Turkey, shot on net. Shot over one. Monk there, though. Buddy RV, shot opportunity. Can't get the bump, though. We'll see Vroco try and get one here. Shady. Shady to corner. Double touch. Can't get it. We'll see Hums get beat by Monk. Turkey gets one. Here comes Bro Turkey. Shot opportunity, but he's got low boost, and Shady's going to get a free dribble. Vroco by himself. Vroco overcommits. Shady, touch to one. Unfortunately, no one from Georgia State is there. Turkey dunking Buddy RV. Turkey dunking another. Almost a dunk out of Georgia State, but it actually works in their favor. Shady shot on net. Can't get the double, though. Turkey's awkward, but manages to get the touch. If you're Auburn, you want to see a goal now. Vroco going forward. Buddy RV. Awkward play. Here comes Vroco. Vroco with the early flick, though. It's going to get Buddy RV possession. It's going to be a quick bang for Buddy RV, and then Shady gets the demo. Turkey got to score this to keep it possible. Monk misses! Auburn with a sliver of hope in game one as they take a goal with 6 seconds left. Do you believe in miracles? Sup, Malepo? Welcome in, man. Glad you're supporting your team. Eric Church does rule, by the way. All right, 6 seconds left. Hums loses the kickoff for possession. Vroco, though, awkward, misses touch. Shady trying to get one on. 1 second, ball. Can't go to the ground, but it ends up being a double touch from Monk. And that right there is your game one. A pretty solid series start. A pretty solid series start right there. Definitely nothing to complain about. Looking at the scoreboard, Buddy RV leading the way for Georgia State with a goal and 2 shots. An easy 50% for a guy like him. And even though his teammates aren't shooting as well, they're still getting plenty of shots on, and it's really starting to make this Auburn defense start to panic a little bit. But Auburn getting some good opportunities. A total 9 shots to the team and 1 goal. So we'll see. We will see if Auburn's got it in them here to try and keep this thing going as we enter game 2. It is a best of 5, so if you're in Auburn's shoes, you do not want to go down right here. But without further ado, let's see what Auburn's got. If you're an Auburn fan, show your support in chat. They need it right now. We'll see a ball fall for Hums. Shady going ceiling. Missed opportunity from Hums that fakes him out. Monk by himself. Going to get a touch to himself. A 150. All three members of Georgia State approaching this ball, but Buddy RV is going to be the one to take it. Buddy RV over Bro Turkey, over his own teammate and another Auburn member. Shady trying to get a dunk, but can't. We'll see Vroko try and beat Buddy RV here. Bumps Buddy RV and gets a touch to Bro Turkey, but here comes Shady. Shady double touch. Gets one touch over one of the Auburn defenders, but it's not enough, as we'll see Hums try and approach this. He's going to hit it off the hood of Monk, and it's going to be an awkward play here for Georgia State. But here comes Shady. Ball is absolutely sent downfield. We'll see Turkey actually by himself in the corner here. Gets beat. Shady going for a bump. Gets the bump, and Monk's waiting on it. The trust and faith in this Georgia State team, immaculate. A great calm and a great play from Shady, and Georgia State keeping the momentum high and taking the first goal early on in game 2. See Turkey and Monk have an even kickoff. See the ball fall into Georgia State possession. Demo comes out from Auburn. Open net possibility here. Vro can get to it. Shady low boost. Tries to get the 50, but misreads as he thought it was going to Buddy, but it went to Monk. Monk with a pitch downfield. Buddy RV shot on net. It's a little high. We'll see if Shady put it away. A fake from Vroko, I think. Monk to Buddy RV. Buddy RV to top left. It doesn't go. Vroko trying to get possession here. Vroko, backboard, double touch opportunity, but Shady's there. Hums, shot opportunity, awkward shot, and Monk's gonna get it. Vroko, double touch, Shady there again though, to Buddy RV, who goes to wall. Turkey, one touch up, Shady, bang downfield, blocked by Bro Turkey, shot opportunity, ball goes right, and Monk is there. Vroko doesn't beat Monk. We'll see if Turkey can get something going here. Gets one touch high, Shady there, Turkey, dunked by Shady. Opportunity for Auburn to get possession, but Hums touches it a little too heavy. Vroko trying to get the pre-jump, reads it from Buddy RV, but Buddy RV gets the dunk, but Turkey's there, and everyone all over the place, but Monk's the one who gets the touch, and Georgia State takes a 2-0 lead. Absolute chaos in front of the net there. Solid defensive play by Auburn, but better offense from Georgia State as they just seem to be positioned in all the right places. If you need a momentum change, now is probably the time to start thinking about it. But Auburn, though, awkward. See Vroko make the touch, though, as Monk's going to touch one corner. Vroko wins the 50. See him take possession here. Monk trying to make it easier for his teammate. Awkward touch, though, but Shady plays it perfectly. Plays it perfectly over 2, over 3, almost, but Hums gets possession. Opportunity here for Auburn. One touch out. Vroko coming in, but Monk is there. Turkey by himself. Shady with an awkward touch here, but the fake actually gets past Turkey. Vroko getting bumped, but still on this ball. Actually gets bumped off too hard. We'll see if Monk can try and do something with this ball. Pass goes center over 1. Shady misses over 2. Monk, demo. There goes all 3 members of Auburn. Buddy RV, shot on. Auburn gets a demo, though, but the ball's going to fall back to Georgia State. Shady up over 1, but gets bumped. He's still on the ball, though. Flip reset. Bump again. But Hums is there. See Buddy RV try and touch one, but ball double bump from Auburn. Shady shot opportunity. The fake. It doesn't go in, but Buddy RV's there. Yeah, Bepic, reverse sweeps are very impossible in the SEL. Who would ever do such a thing? To all the Auburn students who should be studying right now, no, you should not. We have Rocket League to watch. But unfortunately for you, Georgia State is up 3-0 in a pretty pivotal game, too, here. See if Auburn can at least get another goal here as they're being outscored 5-1 currently. Buddy RV's going to get a good clear, but Vroko's going to try and get something going. Can't get another touch, though. Monk going to pass to Shady. Shady air dribble. Turkey gets a touch. Buddy RV, shot. Hums is going to get a great clear, but it's going to fall into the hands of Georgia State once again. Here comes Monk. Trying to prove his mechanicalness. Goes to ceiling with a flip. Vroko misses the touch from Bro Turkey. Turkey bumps Hums out of the way. See Shady get the double touch. Vroko, awkward spot. Shady shot on, not in. Very close opportunity, though. Turkey tries to get the boost, but Shady beats him. Shady over 1. Monk almost reads it, but can't. Hums with a rush touch to corner. Shot on net. Vroko by himself, but a good save from Vroko. We'll see Monk try and get a 50. Who needs the 50 when you get over 1? Tries to get the bump, but Turkey dodges it perfectly. 3v1 for Auburn. If you're going to score, you got to do it now. But Vroko's got no boost. A good 50, though. Shot on, but Vroko can't get the dunk either. Turkey, double touch. Can't get it. Shady with a huge touch. Vroko trying to keep the pressure, but goes right to Buddy RV, who gets the 100 boost. We'll see if he can read Hums here, though. Georgia State past Hums. Double commit, triple commit from Georgia State. Should be a free ball here for Auburn, but Shady staying on. That's actually a shot on net. Monk tries to get another bump on Hums, but can't. Shady shot on net. It's not in, though. A dagger opportunity for Georgia State. Fortunately, though, it does not go through as here comes Turkey. Monk wins the 50. Shot opportunity. Monk up for the shot. Fakes. Buddy RV. Shot on net. Goes left, but it's not slotted enough. But Shady, though, trying to get a double. Can't. Vroko free ball is going to decide to bang it downfield to give Auburn some breathing room. But with 35 seconds, you got to do something. Monk pre-jump does not connect. Hums a little awkward here, trying to call Turkey on, but Turkey can't get it. The double fake. Shady's going to put it in. The Auburn defense being spun round, and miscommunication leads to a free flick for Shady. 4-0 lead for Georgia State in game 2. And as we approach 25 seconds, obviously this game is not over, but it's not looking great if you're on the Auburn side. We'll see Monk try and get a musty. It's going to fall in the hands of Bro Turkey, though. Turkey over one. Buddy RV side flips. And just like last game, technically, Auburn does have a chance here. A solid play from Bro Turkey to get over one, and unfortunately for Buddy RV, just a side flip. Buddy RV, the only KBM player in the lobby, and he's the only person who can say he misclicked, and unfortunately, we see it there. See what's in store. Buddy RV wins the kickoff. Vroko, awkward, but no one from Georgia State going up with the 3-goal lead. Shady's actually pre-jumped. Almost scored. See if Hums can try and get something going here. Hums with 11 boosts, going to backboard. Monk misses. Hums almost with a shot opportunity, but Georgia State takes a swift 2-0 lead. Looking at the scoreboard, Shady leading the way for his team this time. And the shots, not nearly as even as they were the first game. I believe Georgia State was hovering around the 11 to 12 shot mark last game. Yeah, well, how about we try 12 again while Auburn gets almost half the shots that they had last game. Turkey also seems to be dealing with some ping issues, but I have not heard a complaint about the lobby just yet, so deciding to play through it, and if you're Auburn, got to really take a moment here to refresh and try and bring this back, but they readied up immediately, so they must already have the game plan, or they're ready to die with their mistakes. Guess we'll find out as we enter Game 3. Just for those of you who are unfamiliar, Georgia State is in a must-win situation. They must win today. They must win both games. And I'm not sure what that was, but if you're an Auburn fan, there's a free one for your pity goal, I guess? Miscommunication there for Georgia State. Maybe someone was texting the girlfriend or doing Snapchat, but unfortunately, it did not pan out well as they already go down one with the earliest goal scored this series. We'll see the ball go in possession of Georgia State, but Auburn looking a lot more revitalized. Trying to put a shot on, but Buddy RV reads it from the heavens. Bro Turkey going for a demo. Bump Shady off. Vroko, and Auburn takes a 2-0 lead. What a swift start. And if you're Auburn, what a great start. Pretty incredible stuff to start this game as we already have 2 goals in the first 15 seconds. Buddy RV and Hums getting a pretty even 50, but it falls to Monk. Bro Turkey trying to get over Shady. Shady with a good dunk. Vroko putting it on net. Bro Turkey trying to go for a bump, but doesn't get it. We'll see Monk try and make a play, but can't. The pass to Hums. Hums with a dunk. Vroko with a little bit of a fake. Gets it past Buddy, but Shady's there, and Buddy's going to get possession. Shady hitting it to Monk. Monk going corner. It's past one Auburn defender. Pass two. Shady gets a touch, and so does Monk, but it's an open net. I had thought that an Auburn defender was there, but it seemed like the rotation was a little too wide. And unfortunately, it leaves a wide open net for Shady, but Auburn still has an early lead here that they can try and play off of, but you do not want to give momentum back to this Georgia State team. We will see Vroko try and put it to the side. Hums, sought opportunity, gets a bump instead. See Shady fake, Turkey, dunk, but no one from Auburn's ready. Buddy RV to Shady. Shady, air dribble opportunity. No one from Auburn pushing just yet. Flip reset. Can't get over one, but Hums is there to make the play. Hums trying to make another play, but gets bumped by his own teammate. We'll see Vroko with only, well, had 7 boosts. It's not there anymore. Turkey getting dunked. Awkward opportunity for whoever's in net. Shot on. Hums with a good save to hold on to the Auburn lead. Buddy RV getting a dunk. You don't like to see pressure building. Shady shot on net. Turkey can't get the save. I don't believe he saw Shady coming in. He must not have. Turkey just realizing it a little too late, and just like that, Georgia State's right back in this. We will see if Auburn can try and get this momentum back a little bit, but unfortunately, we are tied for now. Vroko trying to get another. It's going to be a fake. Almost goes in the net, but Vroko's got to touch at the corner. Actually going ceiling here. Shot opportunity. Hums on net. Bouncing off the crossbar. Turkey on net. Hums on net. But Shady's there to put it away. Turkey, 50. Got to go to Vroko. Turkey staying up as second man. Vroko can't get over Shady. We'll see Shady actually get a pinch, but it's not going to be over Hums. Monk touch up. Awkward here. Turkey shot on net. It's on, but it's right to Buddy RV's grill. Buddy RV trying to get the demo. Forces Hums to do something awkward. Open net here. Buddy RV gets a touch middle, but the Georgia State side decides to be patient. We'll see Shady going for a double touch. Turkey's got to make a play. Shady ball down. Awkward play. Vroko dunked by Shady. Georgia State scores 3 straight, and the third is an absolutely masterful play from Shady. Going from corner to dunk on the backboard, then coming off the backboard and dunking it on Vroko's forehead. like Buddy RV says, Shady owns Auburn. We'll see if Auburn can counter. Oh, what the heck just happened? Just as we were talking about Shady owning Auburn, Shady skies one to the moon on a possible, I mean, that could have been a game-defining goal for Georgia State, but unfortunately, they'll have to elect to keep the pressure. Turkey, though, awkward. Georgia State trying to keep the pressure. Buddy RV does it backwards. Fake. Vroko by himself. Buddy RV trying to fake but can't. We'll see Shady and Monk. Shady, Psycho. Can't get one. Monk, awkward touch. Shady, awkward touch. Gets absolutely destroyed by Buddy RV. Vroko, weak shot on net. An opportunity, though, for Auburn as Hums is going to elect to back pass to Turkey here. Turkey going up, but he's only got 18 boost. Here comes Monk from the ceiling. Goes off of Bro Turkey. Vroko gets over Buddy RV, but we'll see Bro Turkey or Vroko actually get the demo there instead of being the one demoed. But here comes Hums with a double touch. Can't get it, though, as Buddy RV quickly respawns and makes the play. Buddy RV gets a touch. Again, Shady with an awkward miss. Monk's just going to elect to bang one downfield as Georgia State's got time and space. But an extra goal will do wonders here as Hums is going to try and get it to a teammate, but can't. We'll see Monk pass to Buddy RV. Buddy RV trying to get past one. Vroko, though, making the save this time around. Monk, shot on. Dunks Vroko. Monk can't get a pass. Shady, a little awkward here. Vroko's going to go to wall. Vroko, double touch opportunity. Can't get it past Buddy RV. Turkey, a little awkward, trying to pass to center, but Hums isn't ready. Vroko, quick turn. Over 1, over 2. Vroko backwards putting it up for Monk, who's going to touch the ceiling. He's got one more in the tank. Hums getting beat. Pass to Shady, though. Here comes Turkey, awkward. Shady on net. As we approach the minute mark, it's do or die for Auburn. A weird touch from Georgia State, but it works out in a pass to Buddy RV with 10 boosts. Can't do much. See Auburn take possession here, but here comes Monk. Monk beating Hums. Monk over another. A dunk. Not in store. See Buddy RV. A double commit from Auburn. You need all the possession you can get if you're the Tigers right now, but unfortunately not seeming to get it. We'll see Turkey touch out. He's going to go to Monk, but Turkey's got to get possession off of one of these. Shady trying to get past one, but doesn't. Goes to Turkey to Hums. Hums going to put one downfield, but Buddy RV's waiting on it. Buddy RV bang downfield. Vroko last man standing. Awkward touch, but does make the clear needed. See Shady over 1. Hums, awkward. Decides to put it to corner. Auburn's got to get some offense going, and it starts right there. 1 dunk, 2 dunks. Here comes the Tigers. Here comes Turkey. Monk getting beat. Shot on net. Just Shady. We'll see if Auburn can follow. Turkey trying to get a pass, but can't. It's going to go over both Auburn players. Monk trying to get a shot. Can't. Monk, or Hums actually, on the ball. Vroko trying to pass to team, but no one from Auburn's there. I don't even know what the last second game plan was there, but Auburn just simply wasn't there. And unfortunately, if you're an Auburn fan, that is the entire series. And that right there is it's our first game, ladies and gentlemen. Georgia State takes the very swift 3-0 over Auburn. And we will wait for the bracket to be updated. But pretty incredible play from Georgia State. We saw Buddy RV lead the way in games 1 and 3. I actually didn't see who was MVP game 3, but we're going to go with that. We saw Shady, though. Shady is a very mechanical player. And when you give him space and time, he tends to make your life not fun. The Shady owns Auburn coming back out. But I don't know. Last time that statement was said, Shady absolutely domed one off the top of the net. So if I'm a Georgia State fan, I'm probably not saying that. But now that things are said and done, I guess Shady does own Auburn. If you're an Auburn fan, don't come for my head. I'm just the messenger. But I mean, wow. If you're Georgia State, you need to win both games tonight, and there's one. Pretty incredible way to win that one too, as that's actually Auburn's first series loss of the entire SEL season. And here comes Georgia State with the opportunity to give Cumberland their first loss of the year. For those of you who can't see, here's a zoomed up view of it. This is what the current standings are looking like. Georgia State taking a pretty big win, as I believe they should actually be 4-1. I believe so. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. We're gonna wait on the scores to be updated. But on that note, there's a little bit of other action going on around the league. It looks like UAB and the University of, I believe that's Alabama. It is indeed. Um, Not a game that I expect Alabama to choke away, but anything's possible. And if you're a fan of either Auburn or Georgia State, you really actually want them to lose another series. But unfortunately for y'all, Alabama's schedule is pretty flat out in terms of teams, as they have to win against UAB, they have to win against Baylor, and that's actually it. They've had some pretty impressive wins this year. A very odd Game 5 against East Carolina, but a few ballers on that squad. A very solid 3-1 win over Georgia State, and a very contested, heated Iron Bowl between Auburn and Alabama. And actually, wow, I didn't know Auburn got reverse swept. So if anyone's keeping track of Auburn's last 2 games, they got reverse swept and then swept. That hurts. That most definitely hurts. But Auburn still is not out of things just yet. Even with this one loss, if Auburn manages to win out, they can easily stay in playoff contention. But they still have to play Cumberland. And we're going to see Cumberland in about 30 minutes. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this Cumberland team, they're not just good. They are good. I mean, 9-1 across 5 series. They've had, actually, one of those is a disqualification. But they've had 3 sweeps and then a 4-1. With the, a 3-1. And that's actually coming to East Carolina. But, I mean, pretty incredible stuff. Don't mind me. I'm staying hydrated. I'm staying healthy so we can push through to the 10 p.m. game. So, while I have the time, now there's 16 viewers here, I'm going to reintroduce myself. For those of you who aren't familiar with me, my name is TJ Stevens, DJ TJRL. I am a player for the University of Georgia's Rocket League team, also a Ghost Gaming ambassador. And I'm a big collegiate Rocket League fan. Obviously, I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't. I have a lot of pretty good friends involved in the Southeastern League. I know a lot of the Southeastern Conference's presidents. I know a lot of their players. I just do a little bit of casting here and there, try to fill in some of the gaps that some of these teams who can't play on the main game day, which is Wednesday nights. I try to fill some of these gaps, similar to another pretty famous figure in the Southeastern scene named Mr. Bepic, who I believe is in chat. He also does a really good job of highlighting some of the amazing collegiate talent, including an interview with your boy. So if you're not following him, please go do that. It is straight up Mr. Bepic, MrBepic. So definitely go follow him. So while I have the moment, I want to thank all of you who've followed. Thank you, B More. Thank you, Mono, or Monokit. Thank you, Caden. Glad to see you here, man. And thank you, Alex, as well. Go dogs indeed. I like seeing dog fans in my chat when we're not streaming UGA games. But go dogs indeed. So, on that note, I don't have a lot to go over. So, just to give everyone a general idea on what this league is like, I'm actually gonna borrow from Mr. Bepic. Bepic, if you're in here, I'm not playing this as a way of stealing content. I'm playing this in a way as trying to give everyone a general idea of what's going on. So on that note, there's a little preview video. Oh, that's loud. So there's a little preview video that Bepic had. I'm gonna be playing that in the background. Make sure y'all take the time, listen to this, enjoy it. If you're not already following Mr. Bepic, go do it. Please do. Did I hear any word about Talladega this year? I didn't even know they were doing Talladega B more. I honestly didn't know. So not sure. But on that note, I'm gonna let this play. And our next game, ladies and gentlemen, is at 10 p.m. It is Georgia State versus Cumberland, the #1 team in the pool and one of the only undefeated teams left in the entire Southeast. So please stick around. You're going to want to see that, and I'll see y'all in a little bit.
Longtime caster for the Southeastern Esports League and just Southeastern Collegiate Rocket League fan in general. So we're about to start a brand new season of the SEL. In fact, it kicked off this past week, so it's already started. So I figured now's a good time to start making some content so I can lend some of the knowledge that I've gained about these teams throughout the years to all of you maybe would-be Southeastern Collegiate Rocket League fans or already fans of the SEL team. So in this video, I'm going to go through a large chunk of the rosters that are competing in SEL Season 4 and give some background info and predictions about where I think these teams are going to end up falling at the end of the season. So I'm going to go through, label them as contenders, dark horses, and underdogs, just to throw some predictions out there as well as information. So hope you enjoy. All right. Let's start off with the obvious #1 team to start off with in Kentucky. The reigning champs of the Southeastern Esports League took down South Carolina, UTK, a couple of the favorites last year on land in Huntsville, Alabama. So they're an obvious choice for my first contender in the SEL this season. In week 1, they kind of cruised in their first matchup against a lower seeded team, but they were taken to Game 5 by UNC Charlotte. So maybe something to look out for there, with UNC seeming to be a little bit better than we were all expecting. But Kentucky, they found a way to get a win, showing that this returning roster of Doofy, Unfriable Apples, and Ty still has that clutch factor that allowed them to win on land. Is really one of my favorites to go ahead and win this thing again. And the next team I want to talk about is King University. And the reason they're second in this video is because I think I've got them as my favorites to win the entire thing at the beginning of the season. They cruised through week 1, albeit against Wake Forest and Full Sail Armada, definitely weaker teams in the SEL, but they're competing and playing in rank B kind of bubble tournaments. So they've got that kind of experience, plus Storm and Cynical have been grinding in the bubble scene near the top of it for a long time. And coming into the SEL, that's a lot of experience and skill that they're bringing to the table. I think there's a very small handful of teams that actually have a good chance at beating them, especially when it comes down to the playoffs. So King, definitely my favorites right now. They've just got so much firepower. It's going to be difficult for most teams to stop. Next, though, is a team that could definitely keep up with King University, UTK. They went through a roster change over the summer. Agonize is out and Hermes is in, going through kind of a play style change. And like King, they cruised through week 1 again because of weaker teams that they were playing. But UTK, they were arguably the #1 seed going into playoffs last season in the SEL. They came up just short in the grand finals to Kentucky, and they got bracket reset. It was a whole deal, but they were, I think, the best team on that day outside of the grand finals. So UTK, despite the roster change, I think still going to be a force to be reckoned with in the SEL, and definitely one of the biggest threats to the reigning champs in Kentucky and my personal favorites in King. And the next squad I want to talk about, South Carolina. The Gamecocks, they've been SEL champions before, all the way back in season 2. That was the first season they joined, and going into playoffs last season, they were the number 1 seed, and they're returning that roster this season. Solar, Og, and Cats. They've got a lot of experience together. They've got a player that has plenty of bubble scene experience, which is usually very helpful in these kinds of events. In Og, I mean, he's made day 2 of RLCS qualifiers on the top side of the bracket, and that's a feat not many Collegiate Rocket League players can say they've got. And so playing around Og like that, I think, is the biggest thing for Cats and Solar. But they were the number 1 seed going into playoffs last season. I think they're still a top seed in SEL Season 4 this year, even with the stiffened competition. So absolutely a team to look out for. I don't think the Gamecocks are going anywhere anytime soon. Though the team that caused them the most trouble all the way back in SEL Season 2, that seemed destined to win that whole thing, was Florida State. And this team has also been together for so long. Luigi and Fries are one of the best duos in the entirety of the SEL. Foof and I love watching them play. Trix, he didn't get to play on LAN last season in the playoffs, and that might have affected their performance, but he's back. And this FSU team really is a quiet contender. They're always kind of a quiet contender in the SEL. They are never the flashiest, but they get the job done, and they can really upset some top teams. So FSU, I'm absolutely looking at as maybe a contender on the lower side of this list, but absolutely still a contender with the experience they've got, the amount of time they've been in the SEL, and the success that they've found here, and starting off dominantly through week 1 as well. That's a pretty crucial factor in the beginning of their run through SEL Season 4. And next up, as we approach the end of this contenders list, is Cumberland, which is a team that I was less familiar with coming into this season, but I'm very eager to watch. They've got Magic, Skyline, and Aurora. Aurora being a former competitor in the SEL, playing for UAH kind of back in the day, but this is a high-ranked roster, and one that 3-0'd UAB in week 1 of the SEL, which UAB's a solid team, and 3-0ing them is a pretty good notch in the belt. So Cumberland, definitely one to keep an eye on to see how they get going through this season and who they're able to take down and where they finish in groups. So absolutely a contender, absolutely one to keep an eye on. And the final team that I've got in my list of contenders is FAU, Florida Atlantic University. They're a new addition to the SEL this season, but if you follow CRL at all, you'll definitely recognize the name of this university, and absolutely one of their players, Hammy Crackers. He is definitely the carry of this team, and that's not to slight Mitra and Damage at all. That's just to say that this is another one of those rosters that has an incredibly high-level player that's done some damage in some RLCS qualifiers to play around, and that's kind of the key for FAU. They were on stream our first match of the season. They took on Clemson, long-standing SEL roster Clemson, and they beat them 3-1. It was close, it was competitive, but ultimately Hammy Crackers just kind of took over, and I didn't get to watch what happened in the University of Florida series that they played, but a 3-1 win over Florida in week 1 of the SEL, add that to the Clemson victory on stream, that is a big start for FAU and a big statement of what they're capable of, because Florida, albeit a very new team, completely new to the A-team this season for the Gators, but FAU taking them down 3-1, still an SSL team that they beat in 4 games. So I was teetering on the edge for FAU. I wasn't sure if they were a contender or if they were a dark horse, but after their week 1 performance, starting off 2-0 in a very difficult group, I absolutely think they're a potential contender to win the entire season. All right, now we're moving into the dark horses, and this is where this video really gets interesting, because these are teams I think could run with the contenders, but I'm not completely comfortable saying that they're going to make a deep run in this season of the SEL. So the list is kind of long here, but I think that's justified with how competitive the SEL is this season. So I'm going to start off. The first team I'm going to list as a dark horse is one that has been with the Southeastern Esports League for a long, long time, UAH Blue, the A team for UAH. And the reason I do the finger quotation marks is because UAH White is very close in skill level to this UAH Blue team. But they are the A team, so I'm going to give them the first nod from the UAH camp. But that comes with a caveat. There's a lot of pressure that comes with being the A team, and UAH Blue started out 0-2 in the SEL this season. They lost to Oklahoma and UNCC. And UNCC, that was shocking at first, but after the Kentucky series that they played, I think that's not a bad loss for UAH Blue. But losing to Oklahoma, who is definitely on the lower side of the SEL this season, is a pretty bad loss for UAH Blue. And B-More did say in RL chat that he was lagging the entire time that they were playing, so maybe that played a factor into it. But regardless, UAH Blue is still starting out 0-2, and there are only 7 series to be played in group play, so they've got a lot of ground to make up throughout the rest of league play, and I think it's doable. They've got some series they should most certainly be winning, and maybe some that they shouldn't, but I don't think they're going out 7th and 8th in their group. I think they'll be all right, but like I said, a lot of ground to make up, especially with UNCC and how well they've been playing through week 1. And I mentioned earlier, I talked about Kentucky, and obviously I just talked about them now beating UAH Blue, but coming in as a team that I really didn't know much about. I had low expectations for them. I think in my preseason predictions, had them finishing 5th in their group, but now, honestly, they're a top 3 contender, could book a spot into playoffs after league play is said and done, because that hot start, beating UAH Blue and then nearly beating Kentucky in that series, that is phenomenal. It's how you want to start, as you get the momentum rolling, and that bumped them up. I didn't have them as a dark horse going into this video, or going into week 1 rather. They were an underdog for me, but they're a dark horse now, and I'm excited to see what they can do the rest of the season. And the next 2 teams I've got in my dark horses category are Georgia State and UGA. I'm going to combine them talking about these 2 squads because they're both from Georgia and they both have captains that were longtime teammates. So I feel like this is a justified combination. But both of them on the high side of dark horses for me. Both SSL teams, both very much capable of maybe making some upsets happen, but they didn't have the same start to the season. UGA, very dominant. They beat Clemson, they beat Arkansas, and went 6-0 in games across those 2 series. But Georgia State, they just went 1-1. They split a series, or they split their 2 series against UAB. They got the win there, and they lost to Alabama, who I think I would rate at about even footing with Georgia State, but they still lost the series. So not quite the same hot start from Georgia State as UGA had, but you know, there's time left in league play to make a statement. But Georgia State and UGA, I really think they could make a run. I don't know if I would consider them top 2 teams in their groups getting through the contenders that are in their respective pools, but I definitely think they're top 4, top half rosters in their pools. It's just a matter of, can they get over the hump with some of the higher seeded teams that they're going to have to play when it comes down to league play. Next team in my dark horses list is the University of Alabama. The A team for this school is completely rebuilt. Well, I say completely, for the most part rebuilt around Chan, their captain, for this upcoming season of the SEL. They had a down year in SEL Season 3. They didn't make playoffs, but now for Season 4, they've got an old Auburn player in Gray competing for them, and then a very young prospect, but exciting one in Trizen. And Alabama, they started out 2-0 in the SEL. They are in stacked Pool B, but they took down Georgia State and East Carolina for their first 2 series, which I think those are teams that Alabama should be beating, but they beat them. They got the job done, and they're starting out on the right foot. And their schedule only gets harder from here. They still have Auburn. They still have Cumberland to go through, but so far so good for Alabama, and I'm excited to see where they go.
YouTube is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. Watch all your favorite NFL teams out of market.
Clemson has not had the start to the SEL season that I think they were hoping for. Longtime team in the SEL. They've been here since Season 0. Snipes has been here since Season 0. and they're starting out 0-2. That's a lot of experience, but this team is rebuilding for the most part. They lost a lot of good players. Snipes is the only returner from the A team from last season in the SEL, and his veteran experience is going to be phenomenal for this roster because they're bringing up B team talent and they're bringing in fresh talent. Darth Pepe coming up from the Clemson B team that those that follow the SEL remember made a run through the last chance qualifier last season to get the A team the chance to play on LAN. It was a legendary moment, and Darth Pepe is going to be bringing up some solid experience from that as well. But Masao, the new freshman, first freshman to make the A team in Clemson Rocket League history, I believe, is what they said. That's an exciting prospect, and I'm interested to see what Masao can do. Looked a little nervous against FAU on stream on Wednesday, but, you settle into a season, you get things going, and you have to dig yourself out of a hole if you're Clemson. So good and bad to start the season for them, but I think they'll be fine making it out of Pool 1. They've got their B team underneath them. They have the University of Tulsa, who, Champ 2 average there. So I think they'll be safe to make it into the last chance qualifier at the very least. And, once you get into the LCQ, anything can happen. But they're going to have a tough time placing top 2 in Pool 1. And for a team as storied as Clemson is in the SEL, that's got to be a little bit disappointing, but I am excited to see how this roster develops in its new form throughout the season. Okay, Auburn University. This is a team that people that follow the SEL know that I'm very passionate about, being the Auburn University Rocket League caster, and I have mixed feelings about this roster. They've had a slow start to the season. I've had them on my stream playing some show matches against evenly matched teams, and they're playing well for the most part. They've lost all of them, unfortunately, but they're losing these series in Game 7. So the clutch factor is a problem for Auburn right now. But I've been told by the Rocket League head Malopo that this roster of Bro Turkey, Vroko, and Hums, which is bringing on Hums as he made his way through the Auburn Rocket League system up to the A team for the first time this semester, they're playing together frequently, grinding it out, trying to sort out these problems for leagues and competitions like the SEL. And they're in a stacked group. Pool 3, I think, is the most loaded group in the SEL this season. So it's going to be difficult for them, I think, to place top 2. But they started out 2-0. Yes, they're the top-seeded team in their group, so they got easy competition this week. But starting out 2-0 bodes well for them. Hopefully that builds confidence so that they can keep rolling through the competition that's going to get tougher with Cumberland, with Alabama, who already beat them in Game 7, with Georgia State. So we'll see how they develop, but right now, on a bit of a downturn, and I think the 2-0 start to the SEL will help that a little bit, but still, a bit of development to go for this new Auburn roster. And in completely new form this season, the University of Florida is the next team that I want to talk about in this video. All 3 of their members that placed top 4 in SEL Season 3 on LAN last season graduated, so Florida's coming in with a completely new roster that I am unfamiliar with outside of their Week 1 results. They're listed as an SSL team, and they beat Clemson Purple 3-1, but they lost to FAU 3-1 as well. And yes, FAU, definitely a contender for me. I talked about them earlier, but Florida, if they are going to make runs, have to put up fights against teams like that. And it was a close-ish series, so they're doing fine there. But I think the big litmus test for this roster and how I will expect them to perform the rest of the season comes against UGA next week, 6 o'clock on Wednesday. That's when it's scheduled. That is a massive series for this Florida roster, and for UGA as well, because both of these sides are kind of top 8 hoverers that I would expect to go to playoffs, but still are going to have to work very hard to hit that top 8 mark. And so we'll see. We'll get a great peek into what we could see out of both these rosters with that UGA Florida series, and an SEC Classic matchup next week. All right, Louisiana Tech is the next team up, and this squad, I don't know if I have all the information that I'd like to make a full judgment on them, but I did get to watch them play in my Friday Night Lights series of show matches this past Friday against USC Garnet, and they looked pretty good. I mentioned their playmaking was solid. They were an exciting team to watch, and their ability to generate goal-scoring opportunities I thought was really good against a USC Garnet team that was playing with a sub. So I got kind of half the information that I wanted to from Louisiana Tech. And yes, they're starting out 2-0, which is a great beginning to the SEL for them, but their 2 wins are against the B teams from UTK and South Carolina. So the jury is still completely out on Louisiana Tech, but I still rate them fairly highly. I just don't know exactly where in the top 16 I would place them just yet. And that USC Garnet team that I got to watch against Louisiana Tech last Friday, I also got to watch them play against UAH White on stream last Friday. 2 SEL matches that they split, both in games and in wins. They went 1-1 against those 2 squads, but again, UAH White playing with a sub there. So I don't know if I can completely say that I know everything I want to about this South Carolina Garnet team, but I know the A-team player Katz rates them very, very highly. He was telling me that he would put them as a playoff team, which I don't know if I'm willing to go that far, but I trust Kat's judgment despite his South Carolina Rocket League bias, so I'm going to put them in the dark horses section of this video and keep a close eye on them during the season. And then UAH White, like I just talked about, they played USC Garnet with a sub. They got beat pretty badly, and that puts them at 0-2 on the season, starting out 0-6 in games. And they haven't had the easiest beginning to the season, but there's some pressure that comes with the UAH tag, no matter where you rank in their Rocket League program. I think playing in the SEL, because they've been here for so long, and this is a new roster. Space Captain being kind of bumped up from the sub spot to the starting roster. Taka has been moved down from UAH Blue to this UAH White team. And then Kozin and Bop, the other 2 filling out the roster, not having played for UAH White before. I don't know completely what to make of this team. They've been beating UAH Blue in scrims, so says B-More, which I rate UAH Blue at the top of this Dark Horses list, but I still don't know how UAH White really stacks up against the rest of the SEL, but I do know there's a high pedigree of competition that comes from that UAH Rocket League program, so absolutely a team to keep an eye on, but I would put them at the lower end of the Dark Horses list. Now, UAB, I'm kind of hung up on, because I've seen them play very, very well, and I've seen them play very, very poorly. I watched them at LAN over the summer, an Alabama LAN, and they performed quite well against some of the top teams in Alabama. But I did watch them last Friday in Friday Night Lights, playing against Georgia State, and they got rocked. They were playing with a sub, so that kind of puts an asterisk next to that result, but they really did get dominated by Georgia State, who I have at the top side of this Dark Horses list. I don't think the margin is that wide between the top and the bottom of the Dark Horses section of my lists here. And so just to see that result, it bumped UAB down a couple notches in my eyes. So they're going to need to bounce back in the SEL for me to give them some stock back, but right now, I'm not riding high on UAB, but I know the highs they can achieve, and they're definitely a roster that could contend for a playoff spot.
I can just girl talk.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys okay out here? Hey, mama, yeah, we're like, yes, and Slay. Over here, like, yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
All right, my last team in the Dark Horses list is Oklahoma. The Sooners always cause me issues when coming into seasons of the SEL, because it seems like whenever I think they're going to be really good, they tend to flop, or whenever I think they're going to be bad, they come in and do some damage in the SEL. And this season, I didn't think they were going to be as good as they started off. I rated them pretty low in their group, but Oklahoma started out 2-0. They beat Montevallo and they beat UAH Blue, who are pretty good rosters, and they only dropped one game to UAH Blue in the process. So a 2-0 start, I think, is great for them. They've got momentum behind them now, and they've turned my head at the very least. But they are going to have a bit of a come back down to earth kind of run in their schedule. They've got to play King, they've got to play Kentucky, and they've got to
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the last game of the night, Georgia State versus Cumberland Maroon. An absolutely, I mean, I don't even know the words to describe how important this game is, but this game alone could decide the entire fate of Pool 3, which is ridiculous. Which, let's see if, for some reason it does not want to show that we're online, which that kind of blows, but that's all right. We ball. But, I mean, wow. For those of you who are here for the Georgia State-Auburn game, if you just got here, welcome in. If you were not here, you missed a 3-0 sweep that Georgia State had over Auburn. Pretty easy games, but they were kind of close. 2-1, 4-1, 3-2, but they were games where Georgia State had a lot of control. And, I mean, wow. I mean, a great performance from Georgia State. And to be honest, I was not expecting a Georgia State win to come that easily. But that game and series, it's done, it's gone, and now we got to look to the future. And as you can see, Pool 3 is coming to a close. There's really only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5-ish games left, I believe, something along those lines. This chart makes things a little hard to understand. But Cumberland, though. Cumberland's got two pretty solid games coming up. I mean, Georgia State, again, we just watched them beat Auburn. So this actually will be the best team that Cumberland has played this year. So it'll be interesting to see if Georgia State can pull off an upset. Maybe they'll catch an early game, catch an early lead. It is a best of 5. So if you're on the side of Cumberland, you got to definitely hope that they prepared correctly for this, which I'm sure they did. If for those of you who are unfamiliar with this roster, it is Aurora, Skyline, and Magic, all extremely solid players. I mean, I don't have the words for these guys. I mean, there's an extremely impressive team. But Georgia State's got some ballers as well. Looking at this roster, it's Buddy RV, Monk, and Shady, all SSL players. And, I mean, they're all around the same. Cumberland is argued to be in the tier of a team that's pushing B+. And they've really proved it so far this year. They have only dropped a singular game. But they also had a DQ this year, so we haven't really seen their full power. And hopefully we'll get to see that today, as I believe we are waiting on... Yeah, we still are waiting on everyone to check in. So we'll see. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is TJ Stevens, also known as DJ TJRL, as you can see by my nice little tag up there. I thank you all for coming here tonight. If you watched the Auburn series and you've stayed all the way till now, I thank you so much. If you haven't already followed, hit that follow button. There's going to be a lot of collegiate streams that I'm going to start doing a lot more. I'm kind of trying to help fill the gaps of the Southeastern League in terms of teams who don't get to play on the main game day. And that's what we're doing today with 2 very, very good games. The Auburn game I thought was going to be closer, so we didn't really get the full entertainment value. But this series, these teams want it. They want it bad. And honestly, Cumberland doesn't need this win, but they are natural-born competitors. And I've seen these three play. I've played them individually. I've seen them on different teams. I've seen them mix and match with each other. They're good. No matter who you put them with, they're all good. And now they're all together. This team's dangerous. And this team's got potential to push the top 4, could even win the whole thing. I mean, because when you start to compare them with some of the big hitters like Tennessee, Kentucky, King University, they're right up there with a lot of those players. So it will be interesting. But this Georgia State team, there's a lot of LAN and competitive experience. Buddy RV is a state champion. Shady is a state champion competitor. Did not win one, but still competed at that highest level in this state. And this state's got talent. Monk, I don't know a lot about his competitive background, but he's an SSL level player. And all three of these guys just started playing together very recently this year. And just like that, they're already almost at contention for winning this pool. So the facts are there. There's really not a lot to argue, and now we're just waiting for these two teams to get into it. So for those of you who are just now coming in, I appreciate the follows. Thank you, Joe Bro. I see you. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. And it looks like both teams have now just officially checked in, and it actually looks like we're going right now. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially that time. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. I really hope y'all are ready for this. Don't worry, I will fix the team names in a second. I gotta wait and see. I need them to tell me if they're blue or orange so that I can make this. Hydrate. I'm hydrating Shady. Shady, get out of my chat. You got a game to win. All right, so GSU is orange, so we'll fix that real quick. Before they get started, ideally, Georgia State, Cumberland. All right, everything's updated. Best of 5, and ladies and gentlemen, the teams are in, and the entire future of this pool could be on the line with this series. Best of 5, Cumberland, Georgia State. Here we go. Shady and Skyline on the kickoff. Ball's going to go to wall. Here comes Aura. Shady's going to cut early. It's going to be a double commit for Georgia State. Georgia State trying to pick up the momentum. Skyline, double touch. It's going to be pushed wide. Cumberland with an opportunity to go up early here, but could not capitalize. This Georgia State defense, it is strong and it is stout. As we saw what happened in the Auburn series. Skyline trying to get touch to a teammate. Shot on net. Shady, a huge save. With an air dribble as well. Shady trying to push. Can't get over Magic. Magic trying to get a bump on Buddy. Does. Or a shot on net. And just like we saw Auburn start, or just like we saw Georgia State start against Auburn, we see Georgia State get a taste of their own medicine. And what an amazing dunk / demo, whatever you want to call it, Magic did it. Hype W last night. Thank you, Joe Bro. It was my nerves are shot. Speaking of being shot, Skyline gonna put a shot on net. See Aura try and put one up, but a miss. He's gonna fake for Magic. Magic with an air dribble, but gets beat. Skyline last man back for Cumberland. It's a miss. Buddy RV shot on net. Actually opts to try and get a pass here, but Skyline will get a touch. He's gonna force Monk to wait a little bit. Monk can't get over one. Aura gets over, but teammate can't turn around. Gets beat. Magic tries to dunk Buddy RV, but doesn't. We'll see Monk try and dunk Skyline. Does. Open opportunity. Monk shot on net, but Magic makes a save. Aura, touch pass one. Aura rocking the whole entire legal name of Seriously Aura. And a triple fake from the entire lobby here. As another pretty solid opportunity for Cumberland, but just could not capitalize. Like we talked about earlier, this is the first SSL level team that Cumberland has played this year. So maybe this is an adjustment game for them, but open net though. Skyline just spawns in. Shot. Shady going to corner, and it's top right. Bang! A huge beat pass through for Buddy RV, and Shady taking his time and putting it exactly where it needed to be, and the side of Cumberland couldn't make the save, and we are tied up in game 1. Thank you, Bepic. I do need to hydrate. My voice is already dying on me. Here comes Monk. Air dribble. Gets past one, but Magic's ready for it. Shady gets a touch. Magic a little awkward. It's going to give Shady a touch. Monk Shot on, double opportunity, can't get it. Shady, shot opportunity, under one. Shady, up, over, up the hill, down the hill to Grandma's house. Taking it home. I was going to say skipping a jump, but I forgot the saying, so here we are. A huge goal, though, from Shady, the Slay Queen himself. As here we go. Georgia State. Projected 4th in this pool, but currently making their way up the rankings as an awkward bounce here for Cumberland. Skyline can't get a touch. We'll see Monk try and push one out. Shady with a beat, just Aura left. Shady, dunk on, but it's not on net. See Shady get the boost. Buddy RV, 2 members of Cumberland commit, and it works in their favor as Monk was not expecting it. Magic beats one. Shady, though, with a free ball as he messes up his recovery. Here comes Shady with his patented full field air dribble. See Aura try and push one forward. Magic going forward. Pass to one. Doesn't get it, though. Monk's going to get the chance. A quick turn. Pass center. Buddy RV going for the net. Monk trying to play interference, but it's going to be an open net for Cumberland. Magic, open net. Down the middle, slotted. Georgia State putting on all the pressure, but a miscommunication on the Cumberland side, and Cumberland gets a free goal out of it. Yeah, Bepic, I was playing your video. I ran out of content, so I borrowed. But yeah, you know, gave the stream an idea as a kickoff opportunity. Buddy RV can't get past Magic, though. Magic gets past Shady. See Skyline, touch high. Buddy RV, shot opportunity. Double kick for GSU again. Monk by himself elects to go for it. Gets a very soft touch, though, and that might have just saved them a chance to not get scored on here. As we'll see, ball fall into Skyline's hands. Magic can't beat Shady. Shady backboard, but Aura gets a great touch. It's going to fall into Skyline's hands. Shady staying on this ball. Monk, dunk. Magic trying to get one over, but Buddy RV's waiting on it. Touch goes to corner. Skyline trying to get a pass. It's an awkward touch, but he actually gets the air dribble here. And the dunk. Aura, air dribble. Actually elects to shoot because it's wide open. Not exactly sure what happened. I thought Georgia State had a guy back here, but might have been too wide of a rotation. Maybe Buddy RV wasn't expecting the power, but Aura making a big-time shot here, and Cumberland making the adjustments they need to, and they've scored 3 straight now. The FBI is coming after you now. Bepic, no, please. See Shady trying to get a touch. Buddy RV getting bumped. 2 members of Georgia State up, and here comes the Cumberland side. A fake Magic shot on. Almost slotted, but Buddy RV with a huge save. Here comes the pressure from Cumberland. But Buddy RV is actually going to bang it down, and Magic's going to try and get possession, but here comes Shady. Can't get one. Monk, shot on net, but Skyline's going to be there. We'll see Magic get beat by Shady, but a quick recovery. Aura, double touch, can't get it. Skyline touch. Falls a little left of the net, but it's got to go right back to Skyline. He tries to pass, doesn't get the double. Magic up to Skyline, but he's not recovered. Magic double touch, Skyline on net, and it falls under. Skyline to Magic. Magic staying on. Back to Skyline, and falls right behind Buddy RV, as that's going to be a 4-2 lead for the Cumberland side. Georgia State, 4 straight goals. A lot of momentum on this Cumberland team side, and for a team that's 5-0, I'd say that maybe they don't even need this momentum. Maybe this is just how they are, but we'll see what Georgia State can do. See Shady try and get over one. Pass, past Aura. Monk touched the wall. Touch again. Magic dunked, but a huge recovery from Magic to stay on this ball. Almost a double commit there from the Cumberland side. We'll see Magic just fall straight down. Magic, pre-jump. Shady, not a lot of boost, and it's going to fall to Aura. We'll see Aura try and get one downfield. He's got no boost. Buddy RV going backboard. Here comes Shady trying to touch the center, but he pre-jumped. But he might get a pass the Monk here. The fake, the bump, but doesn't get it. Would have been a huge play from Shady to get that bump on Magic, but unfortunately he could not. But we'll see Shady get another chance to try and make something happen. He'll take the dribble. Skyline, a dunk on net. Awkward. Buddy RV can't get it. Or off the right post and in. An amazing play. As I don't understand how Bepic does this either. I'm starting to lose it too. But I mean, 5 straight for Cumberland. Don't mind my sip of water there. But Georgia State maybe can make something happen. Monk, fake under one, dribble play. Can't get past Magic, and Skyline's actually going to say, no, this is my ball. He's going to get it to Aura. Triple commit from Cumberland. Open net. Can Georgia State get one for the road of game 2? A pre-jump from Shady, and we're going to see Cumberland take Game 1. Yeah, I know, Bepic, I know. But I wouldn't be me if I wasn't the loudest guy in the entire venue or my own house. Back to the series, though. What a pretty incredible swing of things from Cumberland, as they're repping the SSL tags for a reason. This team's got confidence, they've got pressure, they've got talent, they've got mechanics, anything you could ever ask for in the perfect Rocket League player. All three of these members have. And though Skyline may not have 600 points like his two friends, I mean, the score line defends him, and his stat line defends him as well, going 1, 2, 2, and 3. I mean, you can't ask for much more than participation from all three members of your team. So on that note, it looks like Georgia State is ready to go. And we are also going to ready up as we enter a pivotal Game 2, as this is a best of 5. You do not want to be down 0-2 in a best of 5. Because for those of you who are doing the math at home, that means it's match point. And winning 3 games in a row is not an easy feat. Believe me, I know. See Aura get a weak touch, trying to keep a little bit of possession, but Monk's going to be there. See Magic, awkward touch. Shady playing patiently. Monk can't turn. See Skyline get dunked by Buddy RV. This Georgia State side with a lot of pressure early on, but Cumberland taking their sweet time. Monk, shot right side. A double commit from Cumberland, but the clear goes out to Aura, who puts it on net. We'll see Buddy RV take it to wall here. A pinch. He's going to fake it for a teammate. We'll see Shady over 1. Maybe over 2. Can't get the bump, though. It's going to be just Aura who takes this by himself. Buddy RV by himself. Flip reset. Shady from the back of I don't even know where gets that play made. Gets it done. See Magic try and pass to a teammate here, or maybe he elects for the solo play. Gets the dunk, but it's not on net. Monk with a little bit of a rush touch, but gets the dunk. Magic, quick turn. Pass 1 to Buddy RV by himself. Skyline pre-jump. Skyline read. No flip, though, as we'll see Aura get a dunk on Shady, but Shady staying on. Big dunk shot opportunity for Georgia State, but Skyline, another quick turn from Cumberland. We'll see Monk try and play this back to himself. Nobody's going to challenge. Flip reset, doesn't go. Here comes Magic. No one from Georgia State up yet, but here comes Shady with a great touch out. Monk with a good demo. He's going to try and clear off some of this pressure, but this Cumberland side right back on the ball here, as we'll see Buddy RV pass 1, but Aura's waiting on it, gets the read. Here comes Monk, though. Monk to backboard. Skyline tries to get it, but Monk's going to get the dunk. We'll see Shady go to wall. Shady going for the pass. Buddy RV gets the dunk, but it's going to go left. Here comes Monk. Can't get it as well. Here comes Shady playing the patient game a lot. A very different change of pace, I mean, from both of these teams, as I was going to say, there's a lot more patience going on, but then I just watched 4 straight rush touches, and Buddy RV is going to get a free flick. Aura misses. Skyline flips away. Shady misses. This is Rocket League, I guess? What do you say here? But if you're Georgia State, you're saying thank you very much as they take the 1-0 lead in a very important game, too. Yes, if you're UGA against FAU, you want to be down. You want to be down 0-2. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but we won, so no complaints. See if there's any complaints from the Georgia State side here as they try to keep this momentum and not have a repeat of last game. Monk with a misplay, but Buddy RV positioned perfectly for it. We'll see Shady try and get a double touch. Ball's coming across. Shady goes for the bump, gets on 1, but Aura's there. Monk with a dunk. Just like a cat in a hat. Snug as a bug in a rug, but see Magic pass the Skyline. Skyline back to Magic. Cumberland pulling out the stops. Coordination, the thought process. Again, all 3 of these players extremely talented, and they're proving it to us right now with a great passing play between those 2 members of Cumberland. And they tie the game up as we just approach the halfway point of this game. We'll see Monk leave it for Shady. Shady double touch opportunity, gets the bump. No shot though from Georgia State, but a bump instead. And Aura tried to get it, but I mean, it's got Monk all on his grill, trying to keep him away, and he does just enough as Aura very close to making the save, but can't. And Buddy RV, another very pivotal slot. It's going to put Georgia State up 1. Monk and Skyline, ball goes high. We'll see Magic with 1 touch, 2 touches, a 3rd. Shady, though, reading it all the way as Georgia State actually having to to hit that ball out. I thought it was going to come back down for a dribble play, but Buddy RV staying on that. Monk with a shot. Ball down, but no double touch. We'll see another patient play. Double commit, though. Another dangerous double commit for Georgia State, but it's actually going to work in their favor. Is Shady. Pass opportunity. Fakes for Monk. Monk with the dunk. Shady trying to get one, but can't. But the ball's going to fall to Buddy RV, who has to elect to put it to the wall. It's going to leave for Aura. Aura can't get over one. Skyline also trying to help out, but doesn't. Shady with an opportunity. Are we going to see a bump? A fake instead, but Magic getting through the bump, getting through the fake. A huge defensive play from him. We'll see Monk. Can't get over one. Skyline down to Magic, but it's going to be intercepted off of Monk's forehead into the net. Shady with an incredible read here. Magic didn't see him. Skyline wasn't ready. Aura wasn't ready. And Monk's just there for the tap-in. And Georgia State up 2 goals. Now, I don't mean to cast a curse, but last time Georgia State was up 2-0, it did not end well for, or up 2 goals, I mean. It did not end well for him, but this team, very solid, very competitive, but Aura almost dunks one right in the net. All of Georgia State's team was not ready for that, but they play the counter really well as Buddy RV is going to elect to bang it down. Skyline by himself misses. Buddy RV on net. Skyline, what a save! And here comes the counterattack. Skyline up, but Monk with a huge touch. But here comes the side of Cumberland. Magic and Aura both up. Aura to backboard, but he doesn't have the boost to follow. Shady trying to get over one. Magic put one on net. Buddy RV awkward, but a huge clear. But we'll see Aura back to net. Skyline trying to get the touch, but can't. We'll see if Shady can get a clear here. Georgia State needs some breathing room, but Magic is going to try and get one going, but gets past Monk. Monk with a fake. See Shady get past one, but it goes right into the hands of Skyline. Skyline backboard, can't get the touch. Aura, read, and a bump. Magic in the net. 2-3. As this game, just when it was looking like Georgia State had all the control, an unfortunate double commit there off some great Cumberland pressure. And only 1 goal away, 30 seconds left. We've seen crazier things happen on this stream. Let's see exactly what Georgia State and Cumberland have in the tank. Cumberland, 1 touch, gonna fall to Monk. Monk almost getting dunked there. He actually gets over 2, or a last man back, but another pivotal defensive play from anyone in this game as all 6 players really want this game. Buddy RV off the post. A dagger goal there that unfortunately falls too far as we'll see Skyline try and keep the pressure, but can't. Aura gets faked. Monk, pass 2, shot on net. The air dribble over 2, double touch. Monk in the net. Incredible. When the lights are bright, when the kitchen's hot, Monk's sitting in there with an apron, a spatula, a pan, and he is cooking. As we'll see Georgia State go up 4-2. Shady with a pretty solid clear here. Skyline shot opportunity on net, but a huge save from Buddy RV. As that right there is going to force us into at least a game 4. But Georgia State fighting tooth and nail. And pretty incredible play so far. As just a quick recap while we're waiting, this is what this pool is looking like. If Georgia State wins this, they're going to move up to 2nd because Alabama has the head-to-head win over them. So there's a lot on the line for this Georgia State team, but they really, really turned it up this game. They had more shots, if I'm doing my math right, which I am. Obviously they had more goals, but they had more pressure overall, which gave them the opportunity for it. And both teams are instantly ready to go. No adjustments needed, just pure adrenaline and the need for speed from both teams here. As it'll be interesting to see how does Cumberland adjust after that loss. We're going to see them try and play the same and maybe just try and eliminate some of those mechanical errors, but it's not easy to do in the span of about 30 seconds before those teams readied up. So here comes Georgia State. They're going to lead the ball. We'll see Aura get a heavy touch. Buddy RV going to get over 1. See Skyline, awkward touch, going to fall to Buddy RV. Magic waiting on it. He actually plays the patient game, faking out Shady, and actually gets over Monk as well. We'll see Aura try and cut for a shot, but can't. Skyline gets a bump, open net, but Aura elects to try and pass to Magic, who just had to wait and play back as 3rd man. Magic with a dunk. Monk's got to save this, but he's got no boost, and he Pre-flips perfectly, gets over Shady, or gets over a Cumberland player. Shady, shot on net, it's open, and a chaos in front of the net. No words could even come out of my mouth. I'm so confused as to what I am watching, but what a defensive play from Cumberland. Georgia State had 2 opportunities there where the ball was just sitting in front of the net, and another shot from Buddy RV comes on. 3 amazing opportunities in a row here for Georgia State, but they just didn't fall. Magic to Skyline. Skyline can't line up the double touch, though, as here comes Shady, playing the fake, trying to get over both. Shady, flick, over, and Monk on the foreheads of Cumberland sinks it top right. I am at a loss for words with the quality of play we are seeing, but what a read and what a pass, and the comms from Georgia State were just simply quicker. And that's going to put them up 1-0 as we approach a full minute of play. Awkward play here, and Magic's going to beat Buddy RV. And Cumberland, just like that, just when you thought momentum swing, they're right back in it. Monk with the opt to not go for the ball there, thinking Buddy RV could make a play on it, but unfortunately Magic with a full head of steam able to make that play. We'll see Monk and Magic trying to make some magic happen, but unfortunately for Cumberland, the pressure is right back on, but we'll see Skyline get over Buddy RV. Skyline opportunity, but Monk's waiting on it. A free ball here for Shady, who's going to try and get over Magic. Magic with the read on net, but Buddy RV making another huge save. See Magic elect to leave it for a teammate. Skyline's going to get beat. Buddy RV trying to get a pass. Fakes for 1. Shady, touch up. Buddy RV going for the bump. And a very, very close bump there. We'll see Shady try and go to wall here. Double touch not there. Aura just going to have to elect to put one down. Magic's going to opt not to go for it. We'll see Skyline get a free touch out of this. Monk already up, though. See Monk have to put it away, and here comes Magic. Pass to Aura. Aura on net, but it falls right into Shady's bumper. See Aura. Pass again. Monk, though, reading it. Georgia State starting to get a little more aggressive. Monk, pinch. Does not get past Magic, but Shady's there. We'll see if the pass comes out. Shady opts to leave it. Magic, shot opportunity, but Buddy RV's there. Shady, awkward touch on net. Skyline tries to capitalize, but Shady staying close. Monk trying to get over 1. Flip reset under, but doesn't get the flip. Could have been an amazing play from Monk there, but just did not get the flip reset. Magic, though, trying to make some magic of his own. Gets over 2. See Shady get over 1. Skyline's the last man back. 1-on-1. Shady breezy. Skyline reads it perfectly. Awkward play for Buddy RV here, but he beats 2. And a turn from Shady. It's open, but Monk slow to it. We'll see him try and get a pass here. A huge dunk from Shady. Pinch middle. And no one there. Shady going for a bump. Buddy RV comes in now, though. Shot opportunity, but Aura's ready for it. Here comes Cumberland. Skyline going for backboard. Double touch. A miss from 2 Georgia State players, but a huge turn for Buddy RV. Skyline not opting to turn. He's going to play the bang from Shady. He's going to play it right back to Monk. Monk with an opportunity. It's demos galore out here. Monk past to Shady. But a huge touch from a Cumberland player there. We'll see Aura get a dunk over 1. Buddy RV, last man back, trying to keep possession. Goes to corner. Double touch. Does come through, but Magic already up. Shady, though, with a pretty solid 50. But Aura, actually, Magic's going to play it anyways. The little double kick from Cumberland there. But now they're going to slow it down. Magic's going to try and get to Skyline. Skyline beat. Buddy RV going backboard for the lead. Fakes for 1. Monk puts it bottom left. Georgia State, grit and grind, tooth and nail. No matter how many shots it takes, this team will score. Georgia State takes a massive lead in Game 3. Minute 22 left. Skyline putting it to a teammate. We'll actually see Monk get to it first, though. Aura trying to play the read. Monk over 1. Magic can't get to it. It's going to leave Skyline by himself as 1's on his behind trying to demo, but Buddy RV going to elect to leave him alone, at least for the time being, as we're going to see Skyline go to net. Shady, awkward touch. Magic tries to dunk over 2, but unfortunately does not. Double commit from Georgia State, but neither one makes a touch. Bump comes out from Buddy RV. Aura completely out of the play. We'll see Magic try and get a pass, but can't. Skyline coming in. Open net for Georgia State. Is Shady going to put it in? Yes, he is. And with 50 seconds left, Georgia State with a huge counterattack on a Cumberland team that I have not seen them overcommit. Georgia State really making this Cumberland roster uncomfortable. But this game's not over yet. The game is not over until the fat lady sings, or in this case, until Mr. Bepic makes a recap video over it. We'll see Skyline get a dunk on one. Monk with low boost, but plays the slow game, trying to get possession. Magic shot on, but it's a little far. Buddy RV with possession. Magic with another dunk. Opportunity for Skyline. Gets a dunk, but Monk's going to play another dribble. Awkward touch, though. Aura, a fake. Gets past two, but Monk's right back on it. Magic trying to make something happen, but can't. And Skyline with a shot opportunity, but it gets demoed as here comes Buddy RV and Shady. Magic with I don't even know what that was, but a great read from Skyline there. As here comes Skyline. Shot opportunity. Tries to put it top right, but it's just too far as Monk's going to have a pretty easy clear here. Touch the Magic. Magic on net. And again, another last-second goal to try and keep things close. Can Cumberland put it together this time? As a great pass comes out from Aura to Magic. But with only 8 seconds left, I'm not going to say it's unlikely because I don't want to cast a curse, but you don't see it that often as we're going to see Cumberland actually fake it. Here comes Skyline, full boost, full out of steam, flip reset, huge read from Buddy RV. Ball is still in the air. Magic can't get it. Aura trying to save it, but he can't. And Georgia State's going to go up 2-1. Match point for the Panthers. I take that back. I don't believe I can call them the Panthers because they're a separate entity. But either way, Georgia State. I mean, at the beginning, I was worried. They missed the open nets. I mean, technically open nets, but it was a great defensive play from Cumberland. But just like that, Georgia State is up 2-1 as we approach match point game 4 in a series that could confirm Georgia State's playoff chances. And this could actually end up forcing, this game actually right here could force Alabama and Auburn into the LCQ. But we'll see how it all turns out as the season is not over and there is still games left to be played. But it's all just speculation. As we'll see Cumberland try and start early, but the ball's going to fall to Georgia State. We'll see Buddy RV try and get a shot on here. Buddy RV can't get one. We'll see a bang downfield from Magic, and Cumberland really needs to start getting some possession here, as I feel like that right there is what's been their issue. But Buddy RV, pass over, a miss, a shot, but goes off the hood of Magic. See a quick turn, double commit from Georgia State. Skyline trying to get a touch, but leaves it for Aura. But Aura, though, with no boost. Faking it. Buddy RV playing the slow game. A double bump. Open net, though, but Magic's there. Pinch opportunity for Shady, but couldn't get to it. Magic trying to get back to that ball, but just couldn't. Ball to Buddy RV, who bangs it downfield, but Skyline's ready for it. Skyline trying to get a dribble, but can't. We'll see Aura with boost this time. Trying to get over one, but can't. A huge read from Shady. This Georgia State side challenges is almost perfect as Monk gets a pass to Buddy RV, who puts it backboard again. But Magic's ready for it with a flip. Can't dunk Shady, though. Shady with a dunk on two. A turn, and Buddy RV's shot is just left. See if Magic or anyone from Cumberland can do anything here. Magic with a huge read. Here comes an opportunity, though. Magic trying to go backboard. Monk, touch back to Magic. Magic trying to get over one, but Monk with another huge read. Aura going to wall. Skyline, fake one. Can't get past the second, though. An open opportunity here if a shot comes out, but Aura actually misses. Shady with a pass out. Buddy RV, shot on net. It's under Skyline, and it's in the bottom left. Georgia State, with all the momentum and the speed of play and anything you could ever want in a Rocket League series, this team is providing. But Cumberland still has a lot of time left on the clock as we just approach the 3-minute 30 mark. We'll see Skyline is going to actually lose the kickoff to Shady here. Shady gets over one, but Magic's going to read it. Aura gets past Monk. It's going to leave Buddy RV by himself. Skyline trying to get a bump, but can't. Buddy RV, a little awkward here. Monk awkward, but makes the touch needed. Skyline trying to get over one, but Monk's ready for it. We'll see Shady get bumped. Magic going to corner. Magic shot opportunity. A backboard. A read from Buddy RV. Is it saved? Shady with a huge play. Almost an own goal there from Buddy RV, but unfortunately for Cumberland, Shady making the composed play that was absolutely necessary. As here comes Monk. Can't get past Skyline, though. Skyline with an opportunity. Gets past one. Leaves Shady in net. He's going to push early. Gets dunked. Magic fakes for Aura. Monk beats him. Open net. Monk to go 2-0. Misses. Buddy RV can't put it in either. Here comes Shady. Can't even see what's going on, but was not a shot on net as We'll see Magic get beat. Skyline with an awkward recovery. Magic's gonna quick turn and beat Buddy RV here. No boost from him or Shady. It's gonna leave Skyline with a pass middle, but Aura a little too ahead. See if Buddy RV can get a play. Gets past one. Buddy RV pass two. Shady can't get a touch on. It's gonna leave Monk by himself as here comes Skyline. Demo opportunity, but his teammate wasn't close enough to make real capital off of that. As we'll see if Magic can put one middle. Magic flick over. Shot on net for Skyline. Skyline with the computer error goal explosion, really just representing how I feel about this entire series. I feel like I'm self-destructing right now as we have all the action you could ever ask for as Cumberland in a must-win game 4 ties it up. Skyline going for the double touch. Buddy RV though with a clear. Monk can't get it. Ball's a little fast, but he recovers quickly. Shot on net. Skyline or Shady actually elects to fake here for a teammate. And he's going to try and get a clear. A big read from Magic. Monk over Skyline. He's going to leave Aura by himself. Awkward touch off corner. Read from Monk. Shady over the net. Is Buddy RV there? We're actually going to see Monk try and do that, but opts to go back down very quickly as he could make a play. Unfortunate touchdown from a Georgia State player as this might result in Cumberland pressure. Skyline trying to get the pressure. Shot on net. Magic can't save it. And Georgia State goes up a goal. Chaos in the midfield. Absolutely no boost to be found. And Skyline trying to make the play here, but Monk places it perfectly on that bar. As if it was any lower, it probably would have been saved, but Monk, another clutch play, as I feel like I was saying earlier, all 6 players have the talent to make these plays. As here comes Georgia State, actually going to be read by Magic. Shady a little awkward, Skyline with a weak touch. We'll see if any pass comes out of it. It does not. Georgia State, Aura misses, shot on net. Buddy RV can't read it. It's a miss from the Cumberland side, but it works out in their favor as they're going to get possession. It's going to be Monk. A pre-jump read from Aura. Can't get it. Magic to Aura. Aura can't get the pass mid. Magic trying to get under Buddy RV, but Buddy RV makes the play needed. Aura trying to get a shot on. Over one, but a save from Monk. Skyline on net to left bar, but Monk with another big save. He may not have gotten the credit for that in game, but he got the credit for it in my heart. As that is 4 amazing plays from Monk. Big goals, big saves. Skyline opportunity, though, trying to get past Shady, but can't. 40 seconds left. Cumberland starting to get into panic mode. Aura, double touch, goes forward. We'll see Monk take an air dribble. Aura can't make the dunk. Another low boost situation. Shady just in the grill of this Cumberland team as Monk can't put a shot on. Aura's going to miss, though, but here comes the counterattack. Skyline trying to make a play. Shady can't read. Buddy RV going to pass to Monk. Monk's going to elect to bang it downfield. Magic over one. Here comes Skyline, but Aura was already pre-jumped. The passing opportunity is not going to repeat itself, but here comes another counterattack. Monk, another double kick from Cumberland, but Aura wins it. Pass opportunity. Aura, Monk with another huge save. Shady trying to end the game, but Skyline's got the opportunity. Skyline going backboard. Monk with a huge clear. It's going to be up to Aura to keep this chance alive, and it's grounded. And just like that, Georgia State moves all the way up to, I believe, 2nd place in the entire pool. What an incredible series from Georgia State. This Cumberland roster, projected to be one of the best teams in this entire league. Georgia State makes a quick 3-1 series out of it. And I am just lost for words. Incredible. Just incredible play from the Georgia State side. I don't know if it's the scrims, I don't know if it's what they ate for breakfast this morning, but they came ready to play, and not only did they 3-0 Auburn, but they 3-1 Cumberland. 2 teams they were actually projected under. And let's take a look back at the bracket. And we're going to wait and see for the series to be updated to see how this ends up. But for the Georgia State roster, I believe with that win over Cumberland that they should go over Cumberland, but they won't go over Alabama. But Cumberland also has the head-to-head over Alabama. So I'm not sure where the X's and O's and where you cross your T's and dot your I's or whatever you do. I don't know how it's going to work out mathematically, but we're going to wait and see. As Georgia State has literally done everything that they possibly could to put them in a playoff spot, and they actually are going to be the 1 seed. Georgia State projected 4th in Pool 3. And after tonight, they are the number 1 team in Pool 3. Shock and awe. And they deliver Cumberland's 3 out of their 4 losses all year. Just incredible. Just simply incredible. And if I'm Alabama, I'm probably going to be a little upset about this because Alabama did beat Georgia State. But then Georgia State beat Cumberland, and Cumberland beat Alabama. And again, I don't know how it all works out. But wow. Just incredible. Just so incredibly solid play from Georgia State. And in a league like SEL, where you get put in this rough pool of 3, and the top 2 go to playoffs instantly, I think that alone is a guaranteed top 8, I think. At least from playoff placements, top 8. But for the rest of these teams, from 3 to 6, they have to go through the LCQ, and from 7 to 8, they're not going to get to play after these next games. These next 2 games, I think, is left this season. So, God, I'm at a loss for words. I am just incredibly surprised and proud almost of this Georgia State roster. I mean, they're trying to prove that they truly are they're trying to prove they're one of the best teams in the Southeast, and placing first in your group is how you do it. But Georgia State's season not over just yet. They still have one last game against the University of North Alabama, which granted should be a give me. But this North Alabama roster's taken some games. They've taken one off of Baylor. Never mind. I'm actually thinking of East Carolina. This team's had 4 DQs. So it'll be interesting to see how that series goes. I'm sure that y'all will be able to find that right here on this Twitch again. At least I hope so. If the game's not on Wednesday, you'll see it here. Or if it is Wednesday after 7 and 8, we'll see it because I also have to play in this. So just incredible. I'm shocked again. Let's take a look at the league before we end the stream here. I was looking at Pool 4. Looks like King has yet to be topped. They actually haven't lost a singular game, as Wake Forest and the University of Montevello have been playing for 1,597 minutes, apparently. So hopefully their PCs are doing okay. But this group right here is filling itself out. We'll see Kentucky probably will take the 2nd place here. They still have a game against King, which will probably ultimately decide the 1 seed. Actually, it will decide the 1 seed. But King hasn't dropped a single game. And this team, you thought the other teams were talented? This team is talented. Storm, Turbo, Cynical, Big Wade, and Matt. Great team that's probably going to take the 1st seed there. But we will see this next Wednesday who ends up taking it all. Going to Pool 1. Got to look at UGA currently in the 1 spot, but still a game against Tennessee to be played. Obviously, y'all can't see this, so let me actually fix that. UGA still needs to beat Tennessee, but I believe by the looks of things that UGA has clinched their playoff spot as long as they win one of the next 2. And Tennessee is in the same boat, but they still have 3 games to play. So as long as they don't manage to lose 3 games, they should be okay. Or if they lose 2, then they can't lose to FAU or Florida. So that'll be interesting to see how that middle turns out as well. Go into Pool 2. We see that Florida State and the University of South Carolina are currently tied. I actually don't know if these 2 have played yet. Wow, I actually take that back. They have not played yet, and they play on the 27th, which I believe that is Wednesday. It is indeed. So Florida State, USC, just like Pool 4, also trying to decide who's going to be the 1 seed, but still a very interesting match could happen between LA Tech and South Carolina Garnet, but they actually don't play. It looks like LA Tech has actually secured their playoff spot here, unless they somehow lose to KSU, which, no disrespect to KSU, but they are unfortunately 0-6, and that takes us all the way back around to Pool 3. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all so much for the support. I thank you for the follows. I hope that I see y'all soon with more Southeastern League action. If your teams are looking for casters, my DMs are wide open. You can find me on Discord at DJTJ. But on that note, it's been so much fun. Thank y'all for coming out, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.